Okay, never mind. Obviously, when I try to get it to not work and show somebody, it works.
What's up YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Have you guys ever gone through a drive-thru in the Land Cruiser? You finally get to the window and they're saying something to you. You keep on pushing the down button, but your window doesn't go down. Well, that recently happened to me. Actually, it's been happening more often than not lately. Not only is it slightly embarrassing, but it's actually really inconvenient trying to get the door open, but you park really close to the counter, so you gotta drive past it a little bit, and it's a whole mess. But anyways, as you guys probably know, the master window switch on the Toyota Land Cruiser from Toyota is, I forget the exact number, but it is well over $100. So I finally got around to ordering one of these guys from Amazon. Now it doesn't come with the trim piece, it's just the master switch itself, but it was very inexpensive. It was about right under $30. I will leave a link in the description down below. There is actually two different models. There is a 98 to 2002, and then there is a 2003 to 2007. So depending on which model year you have, I'll list both of them in the description down below. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to switch out your window master switch on your Toyota Land Cruiser. It's actually fairly easy, not too many tools required. At the end of the video, I am going to tell you what is missing from the Amazon switch that is different compared to your OEM switch. So make sure you stay tuned. If you're liking this video so far, don't forget to hit that like button, and for more Land Cruiser and Overland videos, don't forget to subscribe. Now let's get right to it.
Okay, so this is the part that I ordered off of Amazon. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Land Cruiser 100, 1998 to 2002. There is a different part for 2003 up to 2007, so I will have both of these guys listed in the description down below. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Okay, so it looks almost exactly identical to the factory one. The feel isn't too bad. We've got the auto for drivers. We've got the door lock and unlock switch. Also the child safety lock. The pins, the pins and the plugs look almost the same. I'll have to take the one out of the car to compare it. But as far as the build and the quality goes, it's pretty close to stock. I mean, it's not the OEM quality plastic. This is kind of like a cheaper plastic, but I think this will work. So the way to get this guy out without breaking any tabs is to use something soft and flat. Now I have these guys, I've used these multiple times in my other videos. They're just like little interior trim prying tools. It comes as a set. If you guys have this, make sure you use it. If you don't have this, you can use a screwdriver, but just be careful. The screwdriver might scuff up your trim, and I know some of you guys have the wood trim here, so you want to be extra careful. It might be a good idea to invest in some of these. I know these are like silly cheap, so I'll put them in the description down below. I think they're like $10 or something like that for a whole set. But yeah, let me show you how to take this guy out. So you want to put your tool, whatever you have, up against at the pointy side, not the end, the front of this switch, because that's where the tab is at, and you'll feel for it. You got to push it this way. Don't pry up, just push it in, and then it pops out like this. Then that's how we get the switches out. Now, of course, on the back you can see this is where one of the tabs are, so that's why don't pry it from the back. If you pry it from the back, you're going to break that tab and it's never going to hold itself in there again. On the front, you can see it's just this little spring-loaded clip. Basically what I did right now with the flat pry thing, push it in and then it pops right out. So let me get these harnesses off first, and we'll try to switch it out and see if the Amazon one is any good. So there we go, we have the whole switch panel out. Unhook the harnesses, which were relatively easy. All they were like the little tabs. You squeeze on them and then pull. Same thing with this guy. See the little tab right there. Squeeze and then pull. So next, we gotta switch over this plastic trim piece to the new switch. Here are the switches side by side. We've got the new one, we've got the old one. You can see right there. And the logos look almost identical. You could probably see the font on the auto is slightly off, but that's no big deal. The main part is you want to make sure the plugs on the back are exactly the same, which from what I can tell looks exactly the same. So first, let's take off the switch from the trim piece, because we're keeping this piece, but we're removing the master switch. So from what I can tell, I've got 1 screw, 2 screw, and 3 screws. Plus you've also got some tabs on the side, 1, 2, 3, 4, that need to be removed. So let's get to it. So now that the screws are out, you kind of just want to pry the tabs gently with your flathead. And it should pop out just like that. Then we want to go to the other side. Also gently pry the tabs. And there we go. Now we've separated my switch from my trim piece. And this is kind of gross. It's really old. You can see by all the dirt that's in there. Ew. Yuck. Okay. Now to put the new switch into the trim piece, and let's see if it fits. Oh, look into the tabs on both sides. Clicks in just fine, and it looks like all the buttons line up with the holes on the trim piece. So let's put the screws in. Voila, easy. Now let's put it in the car, plug all the harnesses back in, and see if it controls the windows. Now that we have the new switch assembled, let's plug everything back in and see if it works. So let me see if I can do this with one hand. This guy goes here. Okay, so I couldn't do it with one hand, but the plugs do plug in perfectly without issue. Next, let's put the trim piece with the switch back in place. Now you want to put the back in first. You see where the hook is right here. Slide it underneath the door panel trim, and then on the front you can see right there where the clip is, and snaps into place. So let's give it a shot. Perfect. Back up. Okay, sounds good. The side windows work. So there we go. All the windows work as it should. We've also got the door locks. Looks like they work. Then we've got the child safety lock. The driver's side still goes down. However, the passenger and the rears do not. When you turn this guy off, then all the windows work as they should.
And that is it. That install was relatively easy, like I said, probably took you around 20 minutes to complete. Now I've actually used the switch for a few days now, driving around and seeing how it functions. Everything feels good, everything functions pretty much as it should, but like I said, there is one major thing that is missing from this switch. On the OEM Toyota switch, on the driver's side window, you have automatic down as well as automatic up. On the Amazon switch, however, there is only auto down. There is no auto up. So instead of clicking it once and then the window roll all the way up, you physically have to hold it there for 30 seconds, whatever. It isn't really a deal breaker for me considering the Toyota one was so much more expensive than the Amazon one. However, the Toyota one did last over 20 years. So we'll see how the Amazon one holds up to the test of time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. And for more Land Cruiser and Overland content, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.